Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Acer Team Story Cup. If you're catching chat there, Cass just basically asking why so good. Perhaps not able to comprehend that Hart is doing so well. But ladies and gentlemen, 4-0, we're currently on match point, so Cass has been revived. If he loses this, Axiom will not only have secured a quick victory, but also an all-kill from Hart. I think someone said in chat, I don't know if these stats are accurate, that it's only week 5 and we've already had 5 all-kills in the Acer Team Story Cup. That's essentially 1 all-kill per week. We already had Rhett perform an all-kill just recently. For Hart to do another so quickly, oh my god, that's mind-blowing. But ladies and gentlemen, getting into this is Rifkin, and I hope you've been enjoying the broadcast so far today. Spawning in the upper left corner of the map, representing Empire-Ence once more, it is going to be Empire's Cass. And in the lower right, playing for Axiom, it's going to be none other than Hart. And you should not have expected anything else, because this guy has won 4 games in a freaking row. Bring him here to the ace match. We'll see if he can... I don't know. Part of me wants Hart to get the all-kill, because it would be really cool for him. But the bigger part of me wants him to not, just so we can get more games. But we'll see, we'll see. I'm thinking back to the games, like do the quick scan through my mind about the way the games have gone so far, and I gotta say a lot of this boils down to Hellions. Like Hart sneaking Hellions in through the main, going for a couple Reapers here or there, getting a drop off even, and being constantly harassive. These are all strengths that play to the maps we previously played on. I don't believe... I think it's pretty safe to say he's not going to be able to get away with the same level of Hellion harass that he's been able to previously, just due to the way Belcher is structured. But I would love to be wrong. I'd also love to be right. I'm so torn. I'm so conflicted, guys. If I've got a co-caster, I can be like, hey, what's your opinion? And I'll just say the other, even if I don't believe it. But I'm literally torn in two right now, because I want Hart to take the all-kill, but I also want Cass to win so we can get more games. I really don't know who I want to win this, guys. I'm forced to stay neutral for the time being. I hate being neutral. Anyways, quick shout out, by the way, to everyone in chat pulling the Doge memes. I don't know why or where or when that started, but I've been in love with them ever since I first read them. It's so good. But at any rate, coming in here, oh, it's not, that's Hart's own SUV. I thought this was going to be a scouting SUV, but, oh, hold the phone. Hart is going to be pushing out with 3 Marines. Well, maybe not pushing out, but just securing his base. But Cass is saying, all right, look. This has worked pretty good for my opponent thus far in this best of 9 series. I as well will open with a pretty quick Banshee. One thing I can definitely do though too is give Cass credit. His Banshee control is pretty darn good. I've seen him win games with Banshees alone, not just in TVTs but in other matchups as well. So really gonna rely a lot on this. I mean, he needs to pull a victory for his team. We got a Widowmine coming out here for Hart. He's got Marines on the field. I mean, he's got the necessary anti-air to deal with this Banshee. He just has to make sure he hits it off and does it correctly. Casting out 1 Widowmine across the field. I kind of like this move, actually. Where is he going to set this? Watchtower for now. If he can get this Widowmine down, it could be very irritating for Hart to have to deal with, but ooh, he's going to awkwardly find out that there's Marines. Oh, dear.
First blood.
I don't even know if that really counts as first blood. Do Widowmines have blood? Oil? I don't know. But okay, Banshee finishing up here for Cass. He's seen what's across the field, too. SCV... It's stranded. Oh, that's so annoying. If you're a Terran player, you've had this happen to you on more than one occasion. You know exactly how bad this feels, but has to wait till Cloak's done to lift up the starport to save it. SCV! How is an SCV scouting at this point in the game? He gets into the base, he sees what's going on. He's going to, of course, confirm that Banshees will be coming out here in just a moment. But, of course, I don't think Hart's going to be in too much disarray. He hasn't expanded. He's got a lot of units on the field because of this. And he's going to lift up with some Widowmines and some Marines. And unless Cass gets a Raven out. Okay, he is getting a Raven out to follow this. Really intelligent move. He didn't see Banshees. He didn't see Cloak coming out of his opponent, but he saw Widowmines already on the field when he pushed out with his awkward Widowmine earlier. So this will save him scans. This will save him money. And this will save him from going out of the game. Alright, here we go. let the kills begin. We'll see what he can do, racking up the kill on that command center. Not a lot of Marines at home, actually. Scan goes off, but Cass doesn't even have to really that scared of the Marines. This is a great Banshee control, like I said, coming out of him. Widowmine is on the field. However, back at home, does have to defend against this. Auto turret goes down. Should be able to kill the Widowmines. Cleans this up really nicely. Very minimal losses for Cass. Meanwhile, command center is forced to be canceled. That's a bit rough. Raven pops out, though. This Banshee going to go down to the Widowmine. Ugh. Cass perhaps not expecting the Raven to come out when the Raven did come out. A little unfortunate on that timing. Going to make his own Viking to make sure no other Banshees come across the field to counteract the damage he did. And as we see here, it's kind of funny to say, like, Cass definitely got a couple worker kills there, got some Marines, which was really nice, but the biggest thing was he held it home, canceled his opponent's command center, and has now finished his own up. Heart's putting his command center on the low ground, but is slightly, albeit not much, but slightly behind Heart, or sorry, Cass in this regard. Sorry, I keep mixing up the players. I'm looking at the wrong names of the colors, but the point is, you want Control-Shift-X. There we go. Now Cass is on top, and Heart's on bottom. Not the way it sounds, guys. Anyways, Cass has his own orbital coming up now. He's managed to pull ahead in this regard. Widowmine is just barely out of range of these Marines. But this is great, because Heart was ahead. You know, he had more units on the field. He had his command center coming up first, but with one Banshee, Cass was able to do the damage necessary to kind of, you know, push Heart back a bit. Kind of slow down that lead. You know, slow down, cowboy. But coming out so cautiously with the Raven first, wants to make sure there's no Widowmines for him to awkwardly worry about. Doesn't know it's still in the field. So now that he knows it's clear, he's going to move his command center over. And the follow-up to this... Oh, well, hang on. Okay. The follow-up to this, I don't know. No extra text been taken for either player. I'm going to assume it's going to be bio out of both, though. Actually, I take that back. Cass does have extra barracks on the field. I'm just terrible and didn't see them. Yeah, there we go. Extra barracks now coming down for Heart. I was going to say, if he waits too long, mech's going to be no longer viable because you have to get tanks out in the field. You have to have your armories down, but... Alright, bio versus bio, Marine tank versus Marine tank. This is going to be what I can only best describe as a classic TVT. Because, well, no shenanigans. We've had the early game stages thwarted. To give some proper context, what we've seen is basically the equivalent of Terran versus Terran Ling aggression. We just got Widowmines being dropped. You know, not a whole lot of damage being done, but enough to force army units like hell out of your opponent. Alright, Heart coming across. Doesn't really... The sad thing for Heart right now is he doesn't have a lot of presence on the map. We look at his vision, he doesn't really know what's going on. He's got the watchtower, and that's about it. So he would love to blindly push across the map, but of course he doesn't know if the army of Cass is waiting for him, and that's why these two Marines are coming out to find, but they will just find death waiting for them instead. Cold and lonely, and... What is happening? What is happening right here? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Marines being dropped here in the main, but what the flip was that? How is a Marine in the range of another Marine without it being... Guys, someone called Blizzard. Someone called Blizzard. The game just broke. Anyways, not going to secure too many SCV kills. Goes for that supply depot instead. A couple more SCVs will go down. Cass going to focus this. Lost the medevac. How many workers killed there? Not too many in the end. However, resources lost, reflecting pretty even on both sides of the field. Basically the difference of an SCV, or, to be more precise, that one Marine in the middle of the map. Because again, what the frick was that? Here, you know what? This isn't going to spoil the game. Still in game, but what the fuck, Marine hacker? I don't understand what happened. That was really weird to see that happen. Anyways, third commanders are coming up for Cass. His production is looking great. He doesn't have any upgrades going for him. I should turn the production bar back on. So he does actually have upgrades coming out for him. 1-1 will be, actually just level 1 upgrades on the way. He's already got stim, he's already got combat shields over his opponent in that regard, so his Marines right now a little bit stronger than Hearts. Gonna have that extra health to soak up those extra tank fires. oh, this is so cool. Raven's gonna be coming here to the main, and it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna secret missile the SCVs. It's just gonna drop like 4 auto turrets. We'll keep an eye on that. We got the Marines now pushing forward. Stim does go off. Siege tanks are getting in position, but Cass fighting away from his own siege tanks. Perhaps a bit of a mistake here. He does have he had the advantage there momentarily, but no longer the case. Auto turrets now being thrown down haphazardly. Would have loved to have seen 4 straight up in the mineral line, picking off some SCVs, not on top of the tanks, not on top of the production. Ooh, that was a bad engagement, just straight up. Alright, well, armies are posturing around. Checking the unit counting station. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to assess what's going on. This is a bit of a weird TVT. We got third base coming up for Cass, which is really nice, but of course, army supply, kind of similar. I mean, Cass has got the lead in the Marines, but he's got no anti-air. Or sorry, not anti-air. I keep saying anti-air. I mean to say no air presence. He's got the medevacs, which are nice, but of course, Vikings will pick these off rather quickly. Big drop going to go off here. Can put some siege tanks on the low ground to cover his high ground assault here. Will be really nice if he could just cover that ramp. Because, of course, he's got to worry about Hart actually might be able to just charge forward into this. Yeah, drop the medevacs on top of the tanks. But, of course, tanks on the low ground going to cover a lot of this up. Tanks on the high ground going to try and cover the low ground. Actually, Cass with a great engagement position right now. Just due to these tanks on the low ground. Loses the last couple tanks to that Marine drop, though. And his tank on the high ground will be taken out. However, starport of Hart was knocked down, guys. And this is actually a big deal. No more medevacs. No more Vikings for the time being. Going to try and hold on to what damage he can, but getting the starport was a really nice pickup for Cass. He's got his third base secured behind this, and his production is in full swing. For the first time in 5 games, we see Hart sweating bullets because he's suddenly in not a commanding position. He's in some trouble for sure. Amaze Micro. You guys are the best. Anyways, Marine fight going to come down in the middle of the map here. Of course, medevac going to make that a little one-sided. If Cass can maintain his expansion advantage, he's going to be able to eventually out-economize his opponent. Is that a word? It is now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Going to use his economy to bully Hart into the ground if he can just keep producing units. But the nice thing about TVT is this is so heavily reliant upon tanks and positioning that, yes, you may have a superior army supply, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can break your opponent. Hart with some good tank positioning, some great firing, he can absolutely hold off Cass for the time being. But this is going to start getting to that point where Cass is going to be reaching max and Hart's going to be stuck around 150. And that's not a good position to be in, no matter how you look at it. Cass has also got his level 2 upgrades on the way, so going to look really nice in that regard. The faster the Marines do, or the more damage the Marines do, the faster they stim in and take out those tanks. Oh man, this is, I don't know, it's too close to tell. Like, the game's not over yet. But of course, this is a big deal. This is such a big deal, and Hart doesn't even have a third command center dead. Only just recently got a starport back up. So we saw the Viking production halt. We saw medevac production halt. Cass has got enough medevacs here to heal pretty much every single Marine. Of course, the Marine's going to have to survive that first tank hit if they want us to live to get healed. I don't know. This is gonna be so dicey. This one SCP has been here all game. I just want to throw that out there, guys. Literally all game, SCV has been stuck behind that starport. I thought he would have saved it by now, or killed it off for supply or something. But I want that SCV to somehow make a difference in this game. Like, I want Cass to be out of workers, to lose every worker on the field except for that one, which will then allow him to build stuff or something crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, why is he still there? Where are the drugs at? Anyways, we got Cass moving on the right side of the field, trying to dodge scans left and right, both players seeing everything that's going on.
Mineral field depleted.
But Cass will, almost sideswipe those medevacs. Of course, they've got nothing inside them, but it's still good pickoffs nonetheless. Meanwhile, medevacs coming towards the main. There are some turrets down, but not enough. I believe this should prompt a bit of a base trade, though, because Cass cannot get home in time to defend this. A couple siege tanks are up. SCV's ready to pull, but there's just too much here. And, oh, yeah, there's the base trade, but Hart maybe too well fortified. This choke on the ramp. Cass has got to spread out just a little bit more. SCV is being pulled, but these 3 tanks on the side. This is what I was talking about, guys. You can have the superior army supply, but it does not matter if you have got the positioning. Hart looking to take out Cass right here, right now. That SCV finally dies, is released from imprisonment and from life. So many medevacs on the field, but no actual units to heal. Last siege tank goes down, and Cass. Oh god, Cass, is this really gonna happen? Is Hart gonna seriously all kill right here, right now? Lots of the production being picked apart. Not enough Marines to push into this. That last siege tank has about 1 health on it. In fact, does only have 1 health on it. Ladies and gentlemen, Hart, I believe, I don't want to be that guy, but I believe Hart just all killed Empire-Ence. Cass has got a lot of army supply in the field, but it's mostly in medevacs. Oh my god. Oh my god. Empire's Cass trying his best here. Hart, so good today. I want to play F11. First thing said this game, why so good? Oh my god. Hart on fire. Still dealing a lot of damage here in the main. Cass not even lifting up buildings to try and save them because I think he realizes it's not really worth it. Marines and tank gonna come across the field one more time. That last desperate push, but of course, Hart can make tanks at home. He can still produce. He's not out of this. He's not in any trouble whatsoever. And Cass may, oh god, he may actually break this. Guys, he may break this. Is Cass really gonna break this? This looked like it was GG 2 seconds ago. But I think he's actually going to break this, and if he can break this, he kept the command center. He lost his factory, which is going to hamper his tank production. But look at the army supplies right now. Hart was not producing while this was going on. He was trying to get this orbital up. He was trying to, oh wow, it's not even an orbital. He's trying to get his third base up and running. Rifkin will admit he's a terrible caster for calling this so damn early, but it looked so grim for Cass. Yo, it's like I think, you know how people get the flu or head colds? I feel like I'm that with casting, because if you go through any of my VODs, prior to like this week, I never started calling games early, and I don't know why I'm doing that. I consciously know I'm doing it, but I still do it anyways. Anyways, Cass though. All right, guys. I thought this was over, and again, I will stop harping on it. I'm completely fucking wrong. I'll admit that. Cass has got superior upgrades. He's got a superior army supply, far and away. Third level weapon upgrades on the way. Can Hart snipe this off? Getting the command center will be huge, of course, but the upgrade's a little bit more important. SCV could repair it. It is going to repair it, so the command center will live to see another day. Oh my god. Meanwhile, in the middle of the field, we got the same problem going on earlier. Cass could not see that one Marine. What is going on with this watchtower? This is the Twilight Zone watchtower. I don't know how to describe it other than that. But okay, we're still in this, ladies and gentlemen. We are still in this, and Cass has got such a big army right now. Hart, though, it's not like he's got nothing on the field, but everything he has is in fury. Look at this heat chain count. This is where it really boils down to. 6 tanks to 2, 64 Marines to 36, and even 13 medevacs to 6. He's just got double everything of his opponent right now. This is looking insane. Cass with this massive doom drop. There's no... Oh god, can you imagine if there's like 4 Widow Mines right here? He would lose everything. There's no reason for there to be 4 Widow Mines right there, but if there were... I don't know why I'm evil at CAC. Like, I'm not playing, but gonna come here, shut his opponent's third base down. And you know what, guys? Despite losing the main, I really feel like this is the reason Cass is still in the game. That third base mining, that production that he was able to keep up while all hell was breaking loose within his base. Alright, command center does go down here at the third. Siege tanks need to move forward, though. Can't sit here for too long. Has to capitalize on this small advantage he's managed to find in this game. Marine's going to be here. If you knew this was coming, going to probably focus on these 2 low medevacs, but of course didn't know he was coming, and it would take like a next level micro in order to do that. But I think this time Cass is going to go for the proper base trade, and Hart only has 1 siege tank this time. There was 3 here, 2 here, and 1 here last time he engaged up this ramp. That's not going to be the case this time. Cass should be able to just stim forward and take this. Level 3 weapon upgrades moments away, but will not have it for this fight. Tries to defend at home. Marines stimming like crazy. No more siege tanks for Hart. Well, actually, sorry, 2 siege tanks down there, but back at home, gonna push in with this big bio army, and these tanks don't stand a chance. Good game is called, and Cass will bring Empire-Ence back into this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, I thought this was over for sure, but 1 game away, Hart is denied his all kill, and Cass will put Empire-Ence on the board. Who comes out next is going to be the big question. Don't go anywhere. We're going to run some quick ads, and we'll be back very shortly.